Hey, it's Brendan Gallagher. Bienvenue chez moi. All right, welcome guys. I'm gonna take you through my house. This is my third year living here. I'm a pretty big fan of it. I hope you guys enjoy it. I guess we'll start here. Bought this at our team golf tournament actually. Since I've been a little kid, big fan of Muhammad Ali. The first book I read was about him. I've always just been pretty fascinated by his stories. I got some team pictures here. I have some of them here. Some of them are back in my place in Vancouver. Right here, we got a jersey from the Winter Classic game. I got all the guys that we played with to sign it. This is probably my favorite thing that I have in my house. This was a gift from my parents. These are my 4 grandparents sitting here. And then you have all the Habs Legends, and there's a couple cool. They put Bobby Orr up here, but they gave him a red scarf, like he's cheering for the Habs. They gave my grandpa a red tie, so it's pretty cool. 3 of my grandparents have passed away. My grandma is the only one I have left, so it's pretty cool to look at and kind of think like they're always watching. I got a couple of these helmets laying around. It's just a Brett Favre. I collect a lot of weird stuff. Anyone who's done anything pretty cool in sports, I just try and collect. I got someone who's can get me these things, so it's pretty cool. My popcorn machine. My dad bought me that when I first got my place, and it gets a lot of use. This is when guys come over. This is pretty much what we do. We hang out, play some cards. It's in front of the TV. It's actually my dinner table. It's got things that go over top, but I couldn't even tell you where the top of it is. It never gets put on. We're just playing cards and sit at the couch if we're gonna eat. I don't know what's in here. I just had my sister and her boyfriend and my cousin. So all the beer, I made sure they got Molson beer though. It's pretty full. I don't know. They feed us at the rink actually a lot, so I don't actually have to buy much. I got some water, some watermelon, meat and potatoes, some fruit down here. I can't cook. I do it on the barbecue. I'm not the greatest, but I cook what I like, and it's meat and potato kind of diet. This is my mom's favorite thing. It gets pretty cold here, but this thing's nice, so you can turn it on. It's actually got heat that comes out of it too. You can turn it on. It gets pretty hot, so it's nice to have. This is my gaming chair right here. I just got into Call of Duty recently. Never played in my life, and I am the worst. Oh no! Oh no! Ah, so close. Are you dead already? Yeah, I died. There's a bunch of kids that live in the neighborhood over there. And well, they don't do it now, but in the summer when they're playing street hockey, they come and knock on my glass and I go play with them a little bit. Yeah, there's about 6 of them. They're pretty funny kids. So, it's nice to sit out there. Obviously it's winter now, but you have the patio furniture. You can sit out there, the barbecue. It's pretty nice in the summertime to relax. Yeah, this is the spare bathroom. It's probably a little bit more clean. There's not much to it. And then the spare rooms in here. These were, I don't even know where I got these things from, but Nate's dog, Joey Buds, he used to always come over and he liked to play with these monkeys, so I kept him around. He used to rip them. I don't know how they stayed together though. His dog wasn't the best behaved. No, they're pretty intact. I mean, his dog's awesome, but behavior-wise, no. A little bit tough to be around. And then there's upstairs, like I was saying, I enjoy collecting random sports stuff. I got Barry Sanders, Joe Montana jerseys that are signed. And here's my Jays stuff. I got my Tulo jersey, Donaldson, and then Stroman's up here. I think Stroman wrote something about being a Leafs fan on it. These dogs I got from Laurent. They're my dogs. Yeah, they stay here. They don't leave. And then this is my room. Yeah, we got family picture of me and my brother. This is my bed that clearly is always made, and I didn't just make it because you guys are coming over. It's a California King, I think. Yeah, I like a big bed. I move around a lot in my sleep. So there's your Bengal stuff. I got a Bengal hat there. I'll take you in the closet. There's not all that much in here. Not the greatest organized closet, but it's got all my clothes. My Christmas sweaters are ready to go. My Harambe Christmas sweaters. I got 2 of them. Bought them last year. Fell in love with those memes. I thought they were pretty funny. I got some jerseys back here as well. These are my 2 Bengals ones. My Perfect. Oh, and this is actually the Gallagher. My Hamilton Bulldog jersey that they just gave to me. Then a David Ortiz that I gotta get framed and hung up, and then same with the Addison Russells. So the Gallagher gets worn. I'm pretty superstitious. So depending on if the Bengals win or not, I rotate jerseys because I gotta wear my Bengal jerseys on game days. So not much else to see. I got my suits, ties. Yeah, I got a lot of suits. I think some of these are still Giantas actually up here. They don't get worn anymore. They just kind of stay in my closet. They'll be getting donated pretty soon. But yeah, no, they were a bit short. I can't say I'm taller than a lot of guys, but I'm taller than Gio, apparently. And then this is the bathroom. There's really not much to see in here. I got my tub. I actually do take baths every once in a while. It's kind of relaxing. Yeah, I got the shower.
Your Epsom salt guy?
No, I just kind of sit in there. More like a warm tub, yeah. Well, when I first got it, one of my best friend's mom's from Vancouver, Vicky, she came out and she's an interior designer and decorator, and she put a lot of work in at the start, a lot of work taking care of it, and then my mom came out and kind of finished it off and helped me out, and usually when they come to town, they touch a few things up, but I definitely had a lot of help. I think it looks good, but I can't take much credit for it myself. You know, it's kind of nice to be in the Old Port with a bunch of restaurants within walking distance and just a lot going on. I think you get to enjoy the city a little bit more. I love the South Shore as well. You know, it's kind of nice, but it's a little bit more of a family atmosphere for me being where I was in my life. I think, you know, this was a good place for me to settle in, and you know, it's in a place I'm around everything that's happening, but if I want to relax and just kind of have some peace and quiet, it's not too loud and too noisy either, so I've enjoyed it. All right, guys, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed my place, but now it's time for you to go. Let me get in my zone. I'm gonna have the game of my life. All right, game of my life, coming right up. Oh no. Oh no. Ah! Oh no, this guy's dead again. Ah, I'm dead again.
Okay, so.
I'm dead again.